December 1st, 2025. Quote of the day: finish strong, end the month on purpose.
If you don't change what you're doing and how you do it, nothing else will change.
Something in you has to wake up. And usually the only person that can wake it up is you.
Nobody else at the moment has the power to change you unless you have that initial spark and say, I must do something. I don't want this anymore.
You can go from failure to success, but you can't go from excuses to success. You can't do it. It's not possible, so don't even try it. When I see a person making excuses, I want to walk in their life, say, my name is John, I'm your friend. Let me explain something to you. You can't excuse your way out.
Look at yourself, man. Look at yourself. They want to say, oh, don't call yourself fat. Don't call yourself dumb. If you're not real and raw with who you are, nothing's gonna change. That's the goal in life. Because on all those bad days, on all those days you don't want to do you have to be your own motivator, your own coach, your own trainer, your own everything. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to forgo? I promise you guys, success is the loneliest road out there. It's you and your shadow at the end, because it's too fucking hard. People don't want to be around you because you cause them to have brainstorming on their failures and shortcomings and how they could have been like you, but they failed. And then if you're a nice guy, they hate you even more because you're successful and nice, and then they hate themselves for hating you.
I'm convinced that if all you did was organize your life and only work on the most valuable use of your time, that alone would be enough to make you an effective, efficient person. So always before you begin, ask yourself, is this the most important thing I could be doing? Is this my top priority task? Does this give me the highest payoff? Is this the most valuable use of my time? The futurity of decisions is the key to measuring the value. Most people spend as much as 80% of their time dealing with the problems and difficulties of the past, and only 20% dealing with the opportunities of the future.
The only way to get good is to start with just okay.
Our current life today is the result of the price you've sown up to now. If you don't like what you're getting out, what you have to do is you have to put in something different. We find that all successful people are goal-oriented. There's an old saying, you can't hit a target that you can't see. So you have to ask yourself, what is the price that you have to pay to achieve the success that you desire? And you have to write it down and make a plan and work on it every day.
Never say you can't do it. Say, I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet. And that's true with everything. It's like, there's nothing that you can't do. You may not have done it yet. We don't know if you can do it or not until you really practice. And then you find out if you can do it or not, or how well you can do it.
So if you know this, but you only get one life. One shot, one chance. And every single day you have a choice. You can sing your song of greatness, or you can let the world silence that voice. You see millions of people die with regret. My question is that gonna be you? Get into your final days of life knowing you're about to die with your dreams because you never acted.
A lot of you expect more out of people like me, out of people on Instagram, people on TV, people in the world. You expect more out of people like us than you do from yourself. You need to stop expecting more from other people than you do from yourself. Start looking inward on exactly who you want to be and exactly how you want to get there.
If you want to be the best of the best, if you want to survive no matter what happens, if you want to thrive no matter what happens, you can't second guess yourself. I can't gamble on you if you're not willing to gamble on yourself. I can't trust you unless you trust yourself. You're asking me to be honest with you. When was the last time you were honest with yourself? there's always a reason. If your business is not thriving, there's a reason. If your health is not thriving, there's a reason. If your relationship is not thriving, there's a reason. And you know what the crazy thing is? Everybody in this room knows exactly what that reason is. But you won't have that honest conversation with yourself. But you tell everybody else, be honest with me. Everybody wants somebody to be honest with them until it's time to be honest.
Just start with one little habit, just one little good thing that you do, and do it a lot. Once that becomes part of your nature, part of who you are, add another. Expand upon that. Because here's the thing, you didn't get here overnight. These things don't happen in a day, a week, or a month. It started with one little bad habit that grew and evolved to a point where you had to step back and look at your life and say, what the hell happened to my life? So what makes people think that moving in the opposite direction is gonna be any faster? Start with that one little habit, grow it, evolve it, and then one day you'll step back and look at your life and say, what the hell happened to my life? Except this time, you'll have a smile on your face.
Will you win? Effort always goes unnoticed. Get used to it. No one roots for you until everyone roots for you. That's just how it works.
If you're complaining more than you're talking about your vision, then you're in inertia. Energy goes into those lower frequencies, doubt, worry, fear, and now you're in that dynamic. But if you start talking about possibility, even if you don't know how to get there, then your energy starts to go up. You know, what if you ask a what if question? What if all my needs were met? What would I be doing in my life? What if everything is really working together for my good? What if all the bad things that have happened in my life are leading me to activating some great potential in my experience? Ask a what if question, and you start to notice little tiny miracles happening in your life. Things start to manifest. You don't know how they got there.
How'd you know that you're on your path? Because it disappears. That's how you know. How do you know that you're really doing something radical? Because you can't see where you're going. That's how you know. But everything you have lent on for your identity has gone.
Whenever you take on anything worthwhile in life, you're going to go into the valley of death in that process. You're going to get to a place where you want to quit. Everybody goes through the same journey. You're going to be in the valley of death. You're going to want to quit. Most people quit. If you have purpose, if there's a reason why you're doing what you're doing, you've got to have purpose, your why. If you don't have your why, when you get into the valley of death, which everybody goes into, you're going to quit. Because why are you doing this? It's too hard. Go do something else.
I get it. It hurts, but you know what? It's supposed to. Because if it didn't, you wouldn't change. If it was easy, you'd just stay the same. All of this pain is medicine for your soul. It's part of learning and growing, and you're stronger now because of it. So don't shy away from the pain, because sometimes it's our greatest teacher.
Just don't quit today. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Whatever we got to do tomorrow, just don't quit today. Little step. Okay? I'm not going to worry about quitting for the rest of my life. I'm not worried about quitting tomorrow. Tiny step. Tomorrow. What are we going to do? Well, I don't know, but I'm not going to do that today. Just today.
You just want to outdo yourself every day. I say life is like a gym. If you look over to the right, there will always be somebody in better shape than you. But if you look to your left, there's someone who would die to be in your position.
Look up. Get up. And don't ever give up. You tell everyone or anyone that has ever doubted, thought they did not measure up, or wanted to quit, you tell them to look up, get up, and don't ever give up.
I promise you it's possible. Because the only impossibilities that exist are the ones you create. You'll miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So shoot away. Stop playing it safe, because the only strikeout in life is not stepping up to the plate. I said the only strikeout in life is not stepping up to the plate.
Don't get better automatically. You only get better because you intentionally make a decision to get better. Here's how this works. You have to go from being a person of good intentions to a person of good actions.
The world shows you who you are if you watch and pay attention. Why? Because you are a reflection of it. So what you see in the exterior is a reflection of what's happening inside. But you can change what's inside.
This may sound really elementary, and you've probably heard it 1,000 times before, but don't quit, don't stop. If you're in it, if you're in the trenches, if you feel like you can't do it anymore, if you feel like there's no light, if you feel like you have no idea what in the hell tomorrow's gonna look like, just keep going, take another step. Even if you're taking an inch, just move an inch, move another inch, just keep going. Don't quit, don't quit. You quit, 100% certainty, you won't make it. You keep going inch by inch, a little bit, I guarantee you'll get there at some point in time.
A strong person isn't someone who's never knocked down. A strong person is someone who can recover quickly, is someone who can get back up, is someone who can shake themselves off and keep going. So do not envy the people that you see on your left or to your right that just keep on climbing with no difficulties. Hard times may build character, but ultimately it exposes it.
When you're nothing, and change yourself into something to extract greatness from nothing. It takes every bit of who you are if you choose that route.
No matter what it is that you are walking through right now, you have what it takes to come out on the other side full of life and with a new-found gratitude. The dark times, they're just a lesson. They're not a life sentence.
You can't stay motivated, stay consistent. Consistency gonna bring back your motivation, no matter what it is. That consistency, staying on point, staying disciplined, and staying focused, no matter on the days that's hard, they're gonna make the days that you are motivated that much greater.
Get the last rep. You will get tougher. Every time you push through, you build strength, not just physical strength, mental strength, tenacity, will. We're just born with will. You create it, you develop it through effort. And every time you put forth effort, your will, your discipline becomes stronger. And every time you quit, your will and your discipline gets weaker. Do not allow that. Cannot allow that. Every rep counts, not just in the weight room, but in life. Every rep counts.
Don't wait until they tell you you are ready. The world might say you are not allowed to yet. I waited a long time out in the world before I gave myself permission to fail. Please, don't even bother asking. Don't bother telling the world you are ready. Show it. Do it. Ever tried? Ever failed? No matter. Try again. Fail again. Fail better. The world is yours. Make mistakes. Because if you make mistakes, then you're building something new. It means you're learning, living, and pushing yourself to overcome your fears. Mistakes are not failures. They don't define you. Everyone's afraid of making mistakes, but I hope you're one of the few people who embrace it, because that's how you make a difference in your life and to the rest of the world.
Always keep going. No matter what happens, the storm eventually ends. And when the storm does end, you want to make sure that you're ready. And so I've really learned to put one foot in front of the other, good, bad, or indifferent, because eventually that storm passes.
If you don't exercise or draw out the potential in yourself, you are going to feel depressed. You're going to feel anxious because you know in your heart that you are leaving everything that you could potentially do and potentially become on the table. And that is going to bother you. That is going to make you feel depressed, that is going to make you feel dark. What is it you're trying to do? What is your mission? What kind of shape are you in? How do you eat? How do you train? What are you reading? What's your environment like? Are you spending all this time scrolling, or are you spending time moving forward?
What matters is that dash between your birthday and your death date. There's millions of people that said next year, tomorrow, when I get time to take their talents, take their vision, take their gifts, take their dreams, take their passion, take their purpose, take their standard to the grave. So no more one day, no more someday. Start today. Make today your day one. If you made that decision, welcome. Because the road to the greatest you has just begun. Like I always tell you, it all starts with you.
The point is that there's some games you don't get to play unless you're all in. And the other thing that's so interesting about being alive is that you're all in. No matter what you do, you're all in. This is going to kill you. So I think you might as well play the most magnificent game you can while you're waiting. Because do you have anything better to do? Really? Why not pick the best thing possible that you could do? Why not do that? Maybe you could justify your wretched existence to yourself that way. I think you could. That's what it looks like. You know, people find such meaning in the responsibilities they adopt, it stops making them ask questions about what life is for.
Most of us go through life pretending that we're satisfied where we are, pretending that everything is okay, pretending that we don't have any special goals or ambitions or desires, when really deep down inside we do really want more. But if you look at our behavior, if you judge based upon what we do, that really will tell you some true stories about people, because you have to judge a tree by the fruit it bears, not the fruit that it talks about. See, a lot of people pretend that they want more out of life, but all you have to do is watch their actions. That will tell you something.
So because life is short, I don't have time to focus on what's not. I've got to focus on what is, then get up and go get it. And for me, it's like, guys, so I need you to understand where you are. We're not looking for perfect, but we are looking for opportunity, and we have it. So it's like, yo, say it, because I need you to understand what you have, and then I need you to appreciate what you have, and then I need you to go after everything that's got your name on it with no excuses.
Because you're more powerful than you think. Way more powerful than you think. I mean, God only knows what you are in the final analysis. You're blind to your own weaknesses, but you're also blind to your own strengths. How much good could you do? Well, I would say, why don't you find out?
I see so many people in this life that have it, that have the it factor, that have the talent, that have the gift, right? That has the dream, that has the ability, right? That has the power to do special things in their life. I see so many people allow them to take it from you. You can't allow nobody or nothing to take it from you. You can't allow failure to take it from you. You can't allow adversity to take it from you.
Adversity is guaranteed. You know it's coming. You know you're gonna see it, you're gonna experience it. Stop it. But the choices you make as a result of it, that's different.
These things are gonna come up. Opposition is gonna come up. Adversity is gonna come up. Difficult times are gonna come up. with the people who actually live out their dreams. It isn't because they don't run into adversity. It isn't because they don't run into challenges. It isn't because they don't run into negative opinions. It's because they decided to protect their damn vision.
So if you want to do something, if you've thought about something you want to do, take it head on. Decide that you're going to start looking at it, start doing research on it, start tackling it, start becoming involved in whatever and wherever it might lead you to begin to explore the possibilities in that particular thing that you're seeking, so that you can begin to learn all you can about it. Decide that you're going to face it, that whatever shortcomings you have, that you're going to strengthen yourself there. Whatever training that's required, that you're going to go get that training. That you're going to get started right now. The George Washington Carver would say, do what you can, where you are and what you have, and never be satisfied.
What I see so often, and it breaks my heart, is I see so many people give away their vision. I see so many people stop going on for their dreams. I see so many people not unwrapping their gifts. Not because they ain't capable of it, not because they don't want to do it. It's because they allow something outside of them to kill the power, to kill the joy, to kill the drive, to kill the hunger that's inside of them. And I want to tell you right now, you can't allow nothing to kill that hunger. You gotta be like a lion for your goals. You gotta be like a lion for your dreams. You gotta be like a lion for your vision. You gotta be like a lion for the best you. You gotta be like a lion for your greatness.
Find out what it is you want and go after it as if your life depends on it. Why? Because it does. People that have found their passion, people that found the things that they love, people that have found the things that they can pour their lives into, those people live longer.
Go live your life. And those waves are still gonna come. And there's still gonna be pain, and there's still gonna be sorrow. But you go and live your life, and live it well, and make them proud.
The world breaks everyone, the very good, the very gentle, the very brave. And those it doesn't break, it kills. There's no shame in being a broken man. I should know. You just pick up the pieces and start rebuilding.
Their feelings are stronger than their mind. Our minds are stronger than our feelings. So you think about the success that you had. Your feelings could have said, you don't need to get out of bed anymore. When you fail, your feelings give you excuses. Your mind makes you more resilient.
If you could change the way you wake up in the morning, stop saying, I got to go to work, I got to work out. Change one word in that sentence, and everything about your life changes. I get to wake up in the morning. When you say I got to, you take all of your opportunities and all of your blessings and you wrap them up in stress by saying I got to. You take all the stress off of it when you say I get to.
We're running at 40%, most of us, you know, because we're half in and half out. And it's not surprising because life is difficult. It's like, well, what if you were 90% in or 95% in or all in? Because you're all in anyways, right? It's a life and death game. No one gets out of this. Everyone dies. You might as well commit yourself. And you might as well commit yourself to the highest good that you can attain, because why not? It'll imbue your life with meaning. It's hard, the responsibility's there, but all the meaning's in the responsibility, and that'll make your life better. Maybe it make the world better. It's like, that'll justify your damn miserable existence at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're wondering what the hell you're doing here. And that's a good thing, because there's gonna be days when you're aching and tired and sore, you need a reason to get up, and you think, yeah, well, a little more heaven and a little less hell. Maybe I can pull that off today and tomorrow and next week, and that's worth struggling forward for. And so that's how it looks to me.
I have spent my whole life scared, frightened of things that could happen, might happen, might not happen. And I came to realize it's that fear that's the worst of it. That's the real enemy.
Outlast the temporary. Outlast the temporary. Everything in life is temporary. All pain is temporary.
You have an unavoidable mortal burden to bear in life. There's no escape from it, except to directly confront it and to take it on voluntarily.
The world doesn't give a damn about your excuses. The point I'm trying to make is life goes on with or without you. I want you to understand that and get that. It is up to you to create a disruption in your life. We have been living in the same freaking patterns over and over again, okay? You have to positively disrupt the pattern that you're currently in.
If you let people's perception of you dictate your behavior, you will never grow as a person. But if you leave yourself open to experience, despite what others think, then you will learn and grow.
There's far more to you than you think, because it turns out that you have substantial problems, genuine, deep, but that if you decide that you will take that on as your responsibility, that you can put yourself together psychologically, just the courage, and you can actually solve the problems. Dark as things are, there's more light in you than you know what to do with, and there's more light in you than you can possibly manifest, and the way to find that out is to challenge yourself against these massive problems and to find out that you're the one that can deal with them.
You will have good days and you'll have bad days, but you will always learn something more or something new, and on bad days than good days.
Success requires no apologies. Failure permits no alibis. Success requires no apologies. Failure permits no alibis. Going through adversity, going through trials and tribulations, and get to the other side of these trials if you don't quit, that you get introduced to your other self. Your other self. And so what if it is that all of the tragedies, trials, tribulations, difficulties in our lives are all set up there, so that on the other side of it, there's another version of it. So the other side of it, we get introduced to our other self.
Begin. This is where it begins. In the darkness, before the sun and the birds and the world every day. When the alarm sounds, it's time. Rise. Despite fatigue and soreness, curse the warmth of the bed. Curse the comfort of the pillow. Fight the temptation of weakness. Get up and go.
You don't have to force yourself or motivate yourself to think negatively, to be depressed, to beat yourself up over the head. If you want to begin to really enjoy a happy, successful, healthy life, you've got to be willing to go against the tide. You've got to be willing to harness your will and say, in spite of this, I'm in control here. So number one, who are you and what your value is? Number two, what is your purpose here in life? And number three, what is your destiny when you're done here?
and learn that no matter what happens or how bad it seems today, life does go on, and it will be better tomorrow.
It's dangerous to dwell on past mistakes because people sort of define themselves by the worst moments that they've ever had. You gotta get through failure. It's very important, and you get through it by just picking yourself back up and moving forward and going.
You know, there's one place that all the people with the greatest potential are gathered. One place, and that's the graveyard.
The number one regret of the dying is they didn't take risks. They didn't become their ideal self. And I think that sometimes people hold off braveness and courage because they don't want to risk failure and they don't want to risk shame. And I think you got to risk it.
You need to decide what you want. You need to decide what you want to be remembered for. You need to decide what your legend will be.
So many people live in their head, they go to therapy in their head, they go in circles and nothing changes because it just becomes a circular conversation. And so what do you got to get yourself to act? Well, to get yourself to act, you have to get yourself in a state where you'll do it. So you can take anything and make it represented in your mind as difficult or easy. And the way we represent things is the way we feel. Experience life, you experience life you focus on. If I'm focused on what's wrong, my life is wrong. I focus on what I love, my life is love. It really comes down to, yes, the way you represent the world is the way you experience the world. So if I feel, what's life? Oh, it's a test. Well, then what's life like if it's a test? Oh, if it's like a test, then it's hard and I gotta study and I could fail. Or someone say, then life's easy because I'm good at tests. Or is life a battle? Then those people always are looking for someone to fight with. They expect there's gonna be a fight. It's always a struggle. And they find a way to make it a struggle. Is it a gift? Like however you represent life, it'll change completely what you're feeling and what you're doing.
Let me tell you something. You listen to me and listen to me closely. Success doesn't come to the most intelligent or the most talented. Success to come to those who are the most hungry.
And there's a thing in your life called momentum. And if you're stuck in your life, it's because there's a lack of momentum in it. Momentum takes average, ordinary people and makes them appear to be superhuman. You have to do really difficult and feared things first. So if you could start to build the habit of doing feared things first and difficult things first, if you can survive the temporary, on the other side of temporary pain, you meet another version of yourself. And I've found that in my life. Most people avoid pain and discomfort, and that what happens is they never create any momentum in their life.
But for people with a growth mindset, the brain becomes most active when receiving information about what they could do better next time. In other words, people with a fixed mindset worry the most about how they're judged, while those with a growth mindset focus the most on learning. There are other consequences of mindset. People with a fixed mindset see effort as a bad thing, something that only people with low capabilities need, while those with a growth mindset see effort as what makes us smart, as the way to grow. And when they hit a setback or failure, people with a fixed mindset tend to conclude that they're incapable. So to protect their ego, they lose interest or withdraw. We observe that as lack of motivation, but behind it is a fixed mindset. Whereas people with a growth mindset understand that setbacks are part of growth. So when they hit one, they find a way around it.
The journey to success comes with a lot of what? Failure. So why don't you teach yourself, like I taught myself, is how to fail properly. You're gonna have to learn how to get up extremely fast because you are gonna have a million setbacks on this journey. And that's how I literally taught myself how to fail first.
If you've forgotten the language of gratitude, you'll never be on speaking terms with happiness, right? Like, what are you grateful for? Every single day, just slow down, right? Like, what are you grateful for, man? Right? Because it recalibrates and puts us in the space and place. And when I'm grateful, I learn more. When I'm grateful, I'm a little bit better, right? When I'm grateful, I listen a little more. When I'm grateful, I'm more in the moment.
Belief comes before ability. You're not always born with the ability, but you have to believe before you have the ability. And if you believe, you have the ability, and then you have the courage to take action, own that belief and that ability, then you can start moving forward. That is momentum. Momentum is potential. It's not guaranteed success, but it is potential.
We become people that only care about the outcome, then we lose ourselves. Marcus Aurelius gives us a very nice idea on how to find the good. He says, to the lover of glory, it is the reactions of others. To the lover of pleasures, it is his own passive experience. But to the intelligent man, it is his own action.
Have to be delusional. Franz Kafka once said, by believing passionately in something that still does not exist, we create it. The non-existent is whatever we have not sufficiently desired. Embrace the power of your dreams, for they have the potential to shape your reality. Let your desires guide you, fuel your actions, and manifest the life you envision.
Don't listen to anybody. Don't even listen to me. You already know what you need to do. It's in you. It's talking to you all the time. You downplay it because you think you're not experienced, or you know you're not experienced, so you're scared to listen to yourself. But you know you. Your soul knows you, and that's what you're listening to in your head. Trust it. Trust your gut. Go with your first instincts. You can't lose. Words are life. Speak things into existence and create your universe. Protect yourself with your words. The universe is listening.
Destiny taps us on the shoulder, and is it going to find us ready? Are we going to be there in our finest hour? And the answer is most people don't. Most people turn away when destiny calls. We let things get in the way. We know what we're supposed to do. We know what we want to do. We know what the right thing is to do, but we don't do it. We let other things get in the way. Courage calls, but we ignore it. But what history needs, what the world needs, what you need is to answer that call and not let anything get in the way.
You're about to win big. And I have key signs that you're about to win big, because you've been doing the work, you've been staying faithful. Listen, you're about to win big.
Or definition of a winner is someone who never let losing stop them. And the idea that a single loss in the competition is somehow a defeat is completely insane. Let's say you're a good player and you lose the tournament. It's like, well, so what? You played the game. You're increasing your skills. Life isn't a game. It's a series of games. And the right ethic is to be the winner of the series of games. And part of that means learn how to be a good loser, because you're not going to win every single game. Because to be a winner, you want to be disciplined. You want to know what you're doing. And then you want to be on the edge where your skills are being developed. And if you're going to be on the edge where your skills are going to be developed, you're at a place where losing is always a possibility. Because otherwise you're not pushing yourself beyond your current capacity.
So what if you fail? So what if you have to start over? So what if it doesn't work out? Yeah, it's nice when your efforts pay off, but some things are just meant to teach you about the process of hard work. They're meant to humble you at the fact that sometimes you don't get what you want, but you can still be satisfied knowing that you left one less stone unturned. Not everything is supposed to lead to success, so just stay the course.
Like, a good example of this is when people talk about hitting rock bottom. When you get to a point where you really can look at yourself objectively and think like, oh, shit, what have I been doing? Like, that's a state, that's a mental state where you are very prone and you have a very high potential to be able to say, okay, I can't do this anymore. I got to change something.
You deserve your breakthrough. You deserve your next level. You deserve your healing. Stop discrediting yourself and give yourself some damn credit. Everything you've been through, you survived through. And I'm gonna just tell you right now, everything that you're going through, you're making it through in this moment. Give yourself some credit, man. If somebody would have saw your story, your movie of your life, they would have been counted you out. Everybody who counted you out, even yourself, and you're still here and you're worth it.
I'm not saying I don't care about you. I'm not saying I don't care about these hard times that you go through, but most people do not care. The very small window in life that you have to succeed is not just gonna stay there. You have to put in the work despite how you feel. And guess what? If you just so happen to do that, that is how you build toughness.
Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant and gorgeous and talented and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you.
When you watch a movie instead of doing your work, that's called instant gratification. You feel really good while you're watching it, and you're happy you're not doing your work. But when the movie's over and you're alone, you realize that you don't have that thing to show for it. You don't have that work that really lasts. Nothing is achieved without some perspiration. Nothing. Anything that is worth anything. If you really want to be successful, you have to work at it.
And that's why you have to continuously have that inner dialogue and bring yourself back, and remind yourself that things are exactly as they're meant to be. Release the expectations, forget the picture of how I think my life needs to be going at this specific time, and just live in this moment, right? And as you continue to just take steps each and every day, trying to make the most out of what you have now, you're gonna start evolving and growing into new seasons, into new opportunities, into new phases, right? And you're gonna reach points where one day you look back and you're like, wow, I actually had to go through that to get to where I am now. And I realized that that was happening for a reason.
It isn't me.
It's you. But it isn't me that changes you, it's you. You set the small goals, you achieve those goals, then set some more and achieve those and set some more goals, maybe a little bit bigger, but not that much bigger. Just start. Start small. Start with changing tomorrow morning, just tomorrow morning. Get that squared away. And then move on to the next day and the next, and move your life to a better place. One little step, one little victory at a time.
See, but the real challenge of growth, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, comes when you get knocked down. Somebody said that adversity introduces a man to himself.
Similarly, there is no such thing as my life and your life. There is just a living cosmos. If you capture more life, then you will see you have more race. The depth, dimension, and scope of your life is determined by how much life you capture within you. It doesn't matter what kind of body you have, what kind of intelligence you have. If you have not captured substantial life within you, you will live a small life. That's how it is.
Let it go and begin to focus on developing myself. And I say to you, you're going to have people to do things to you. Things are going to happen to you. And the most important thing to do is to harness your will and let it go and move so you can grow, so you can get on with your life. All of us have experienced some tragedy, and if we haven't, we will. And you can either let it destroy your life, or you can build upon it. You can permit it to let it hold you down, or you can decide, I'm not going to let that happen to me. I'm bigger than this.
Albert Einstein said, imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. So when you have something in your imagination, it ain't hocus pocus. It's actually a preview of a coming attraction that God has for you. He places everything he has for you in your imagination. He places everything he has for you in your imagination. Imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. Everything in your imagination is God showing you in your mind something he has for you.
Commitment prepares you to meet obstacles and downfalls. Because if you made a commitment to do something and disaster strikes or calamities take place or things don't go your way, you immediately start thinking, how do I solve the problem? If you have no commitment, your first thought is, how do I get out of this deal? And we generally find what we're looking for. Along the way, there's going to be those setbacks and reversals and disappointments. Again, if you made the commitment, what you do is you continue on. People who've made the commitment not only and are overcomers, but they also prepare themselves. They expect to win. They prepare to win.
We all have limitations. Does that mean that I quit? Of course. I'm gonna try to be the best that I can be. The strongest, the fastest, the smartest. That's what I'm gonna go for. It is possible. How close can I get to that greatness? My glory happens in the darkness of the early morning. In solitude, alone.
Make a declaration to yourself. Declare all out war that you're going to get out of this rut.
Failure is a part of the process. You have to fail to win. You have to lose your fear of failure.